Hi everyone and welcome back to Pilot Light Your Writing. Last time we talked about how a character with a clear desire and some juicy obstacles creates a plot momentum. But then the big question is, how do you shape all that movement into something that feels like a story? That's what today is all about, structure. And don't worry, I'm not here to bury you in rules or formulas. We are going to explore how structure can support your story without killing the magic. Let's get something straight right away. Structure isn't a formula. It's not about squeezing your wild, weird, wonderful ideas into someone else's mold. Structure is just a shape. It's a spine that keeps the story together. It gives your narrative rhythm, clarity, and emotional weight. You don't tell the water where to go, but you can guide the flow, if you see what I mean. And actually, in life, there is always a structure. You find structure in every single being on this planet. It can be a snowflake, a flower, even us, we've got a spine. We have a structure everywhere, but also in the way we live our lives. Think about it. The beginning, we are born. The middle, we live and we struggle. And the end, we die. This is a structure. And that's the same for your story, except that you only talk about what really matters for the purpose of that story. That doesn't mean that when you tell a story, you have to tell it in that order. The structure is there. You need to know how it starts, what's in the middle, and how it ends. But when you tell the story, you don't need necessarily to tell everything in the order. So today I want to share 3 anchor points that will help you shape your story without draining it of life. So anchor number 1, the launch, the beginning. It's where we meet your character. We understand what they want. We get a glimpse of their world. We follow them, start to care for them, and then something changes. That's your inciting incident. Something disrupts the status quo. And it forces your character to act, to chase, to choose. And I really insist on that. It forces your character to react. It's something unexpected to your character. Start with the stakes. The anchor, too, is the struggle. This is the middle chunk of your story, where the character is truly in it. The world pushes back. Their past creeps in. They make choices that lead to consequences, and those consequences demand more choices. It's not just things happening to them, it's them responding, changing, resisting, spiraling. And that's where you raise the tension. You add complications. You let the obstacles get more personal. And sometimes that middle bit is very fragile because that's when people tend to get bored. It feels slow, and you will notice that as you're writing it. When you start losing motivation, you start at the beginning quite easily, and then you hit the middle, and then it starts to feel slow. You feel like you are running out of inspiration. If you feel that moment, add something new in your story. Add a shift, a reversal, a dilemma, a new character, a surprise that will give you more energy to continue. The anchor point number 3 is the shift. This is your ending, not just where things wrap up, but where there is a real shift. It's a final decision. What do they choose, and what does that say about who they've become now? Do they win? Do they lose? Do they change? Do they refuse to change? This is where your theme lands. This is your morality of the story. It's how you see your vision of things, how you explain life. It shouldn't feel like a lesson you give to your audience. It's more a perception of your understanding of that theme. Not because you're saying it clearly out loud. It's just the story shows it. And, it's not like when you're finishing your story, you're not tying a bow. you're landing on an emotion that will stay with us, the audience or the readers. Now, out there are a lot of people talking about structures. But honestly, the heart of them all is what we've been talking about. Someone wants something, they struggle to get it, and something changes because of the journey. Personally, I always plan my structure before writing. I have to admit that my characters take me to places that I didn't forecast. And that's also the magic of writing. I have a spine, I have a direction, I have a map, but I let the magic operate a lot of times because I also like surprising myself. And if you surprise yourself with a new idea, with a new direction, that will give you more spark to continue your story. And if you surprise yourself, there are good chances that you will surprise your audience too. So let's put all of this into practice. So here is your writing prompt for you today. Write 3 short scenes, just a few lines each. One is pick up a moment that changes your character's normal world. They are in a situation, something changes. What is it? Second, a moment where they face a really hard choice. And the third one, a moment that shows what they've learned or lost. So you don't need to write a masterpiece, you just sketch the shape. And that's it for today. Structure isn't your enemy. It's your story spine. It holds the emotion, the stakes, the transformation. And next time we'll dig deeper into scenes and beats and how to take that big shape and break it into rich, dramatic moments. Until then, keep the fire lit. See you soon for more story magic. Bye!